Ladies and gentlemen, keepers of the flame of life on earth, I, Saint Germain, come to this city, welcomed by you and your heart's love for the flame of liberty. And I am grateful to be the champion of your soul's victory in the age. I am grateful for your presence, providing the chalice for my coming and for the coming of my messenger. I am grateful to those who keep the violet flame blazing in this city and whose hearts, by devotion's fire, keep the channels open to the etheric octave and the temple of the sun. Thus I may return again, and I may deliver my message to you, you who are born to be Aquarian stars and bearers of the water of life to all people, you in whom the ancient memory is rekindled as you hear segments of the story of a cosmic history revisited again and again. So the tumbling and the turning and the coming up again of the same faces and the same karma, the same agenda, the same retribution. This, beloved, does place you at a vantage of beholding hundreds of thousands of years in the past and into the future. Now, as you see yourself against the backdrop of events cosmic, cycles old and very old, yet new, and against the backdrop of the racing of the fallen ones and the light bearers in this century to meet their respective destinies. And somehow you look at yourself, and in moments you feel victims of destiny, of a century and a decade, and you wonder and say to me, why am I here on earth in this time, Saint Germain? And what can I do before such seemingly insurmountable odds? Blessed ones, as you know, the solutions to such equations are never easy. And perhaps we have well said all that we may say upon the subject of alternatives. Yet, beloved, there is a destiny that is higher than that destiny, predicated upon the karma and the works of evildoers and mankind. There is a destiny that you perceive when you poke your head above the clouds of human creation. And that destiny is the destiny of the soul of a people in Aquarius and of your own soul. Apart from all that surrounds you, there is that inner life and inner walk with God. And there is that determination above all to attain reunion in this life that is the victory of the ascension. I adjure you, never lose sight of the goal. For if you desire to help this planet and not to desert her in her hour of trouble, then remember the light you carry prior to the ascension and after it is the means of effecting a great alchemy, a world chemicalization whereby the resurrection of the saints does take place, not as some of our Christian brothers and sisters view it, but a resurrection as a resurgence of light in the temple, where you walk the earth in physical bodies, yet bearing the flame of the resurrection, a spiral of mother of pearl radiance, whereby the rainbow rays of God are emitted from you. The resurrection of the soul, then, is her restoration to the heart of the inner light, the inner Christ, the inner Buddha. The resurrection, then, is a goal to be realized not after death, but before it. And it is the absorption of that light of restoration, whereby the Lord did say, "Behold, I make all things new." Aquarius is the entrance into a vast cosmos. And this cosmos itself is a clean white page. Entrance into this cosmos requires prior initiation, for you must discover yourself and be that integrated personality in God. Thus you enter as you would enter a temple of light, an etheric city, this cosmos called Aquarius. To enter there, beloved, may surely be accomplished by you as you keep the flame on earth, and go there, once you have passed your initiations, out of the body during the sleep of night. By the authority of your I Am presence, I, Saint Germain, decree for each and every one of you, your God victory in the light. I decree it, beloved, and I affirm it, and I tell you the love of my heart and the shaft of light coming from me to you is such that if you will but play your part and make the call, you shall have that victory. It is not enough that I decree it, you shall decree it also, but I tell you, it does give you a mighty momentum and a movement toward that victory to have an ascended master decree that for you. And it does give you that moment of my office as hierarch of the Aquarian age. For you see, I decree it for you. In this age and in this cosmos that is called Aquarius, know then, beloved, that it is not difficult for the lords of karma to assign the servants of light to lighter worlds and planetary spheres where you can enter and take up your course. But, beloved ones, this too presents to all of us the course and path of least resistance. Yes, we can promise to take you to another sphere of light if all should fail upon planet Earth. And what? Desert in time of failure, a planet and an evolution that we have almost but not quite brought to their own God realization. Small comfort, beloved. I know that my own would rather re-engage in the fray, and if you would do so after the fact, then why not do it today? This is my appeal to you, beloved. My vision of the age of Aquarius is one of endurance, those enduring the soul testing and the path of initiation, receiving the crown of life and everlasting life, yet walking the earth as adepts and masters, able to present a path hard won to all other evolutions who must finish their course in this planetary sphere where they have made their karma. My vision of this age is that you will lay a foundation when it is possible to lay that foundation, and that you, by the gathering of your knowledge and your professional experience from all walks of life, will be ready to lay that upon the altar of God and see how the new age may start and have a new chance, no longer infiltrated in every field by the betrayers of the people. I envision an age when truly life in its wholeness can be lived, for the practitioners in health may deliver what God designed to be the answer to all physical burdens and problems. This has been blocked for so very long, beloved, by an establishment of materia medica that I tell you, if you were to determine the course of life upon earth, you yourself would say that the only way there is to deal with it is to break it, and to break its stronghold and break its matrix that does further disease rather than heal it. Do you understand, beloved, that this is true in many areas, whether in the economies of nations or in their governments? The stronghold of the wicked and the stranglehold they have can only be broken by divine intercession and the Lord God of hosts. Do you understand that it is an act of mercy to allow these things to come to pass so that there can be the purification of an earth body? Do you understand that when things have gone this far in past ages, the only solution that the hierarchies of light could bring to a planetary system was the breaking of the mold, and this has occurred through cataclysm? In past ages, beloved, the time of fulfillment had not yet come, but at the end of this 25,800 year cycle, you see that the hour of the judgment is come, and those who have had hundreds of thousands of years to qualify the light of God with that God good have reached the extent of their opportunity. And because they have qualified it with darkness, they shall stand no more in the land of the living, but they, their consciousness, and their misqualified energy must pass through the sacred fire. And thus is written upon their file by the keeper of the scrolls, Finis, and it is the end and the termination of the opportunity for that life stream to move forward, to have any chance whatsoever of creating misqualified energy or once again turning the children of light aside from their divine devotion. And so you see, beloved, where ages have come and gone and where you have returned, only to find the same conditions again. This will not be true at the end of this age. Aquarius is a new age, not only in the sense of a 2,000-year period, but in the sense of another 25,800-year period. It is indeed a new cosmic cycle and a new beginning. And this is why we desire to see you enjoy the fruits of your labors and the momentum of your victory, to be there and to launch a new era. My vision is of you walking in the light, walking in the full orbed presence of your causal body and your Christ self, as one by one by one, those on earth and at inner levels who have taken my course of training, of the violet flame, and of balancing karma, will regroup and re-embody in a one universal path of victory. We can see the seeds of hope that my beloved Guru, the great divine director, might release to this planet, the seventh root race and those souls of light, and that my dispensations for America in founding this government to guarantee the rights of the individual might also bear fruit, and that the mission of America, seemingly lost in this hour, will return, and that you yourselves will have the opportunity to place the capstone on the pyramid that is the sign and the symbol of the raising up first of the 144,000 light bearers of the earth who came with Sanat Kumara, that they might be the shepherds and the open door to all other life waves and evolutions. I remind you that you were with me in the Golden Age civilization that was where the Sahara Desert now is, more than 50,000 years ago. I remind you that you have known this era of peace and abundance and of light. And I remind you that once before you have been in a civilization whereby the entrance of the Prince of Darkness has caused the undoing of that civilization and the severing of the tie of the ascended masters with those unascended ones. I remind you that it is because of the folly of the enjoyment of such golden ages, even as America has had, as it were, a golden age of technology and science and an abundance of material things by my sponsorship. It is the point and the moment when a people turn their attention from their I am presence because they are beguiled by materialism, which was given to them only that they might be free from drudgery to master their own fate. It is at that moment that they fall prey to the visiting princes, to those who come from the realms of darkness. It is then when they become passive and are not willing to defend that freedom, that light, and that golden age that they have achieved. It is then, beloved, that cycles are broken and the process of earning that freedom must begin all over again. I tell you, beloved, you must live to teach your children and your children's children and new souls who will embody what are the plots and ploys of the fallen ones, and how they did set aside the greatest nation upon earth and cause her to come to ruin. How they did take over the major nations of the earth with their philosophies of communalism and the worship of the gods of the state and the gods of the churches. Beloved hearts, some must pass on to new souls. What can come upon them at the hour of their attainment of mastery, when they too must choose to embody the light and not take the left-handed path? They must know the wiles of every serpent force and consciousness, beloved, else all that you will have passed through will have been in vain. Living midst and amongst those who are the arch deceivers come again in every field of human endeavor and knowledge, you should be the most astute of all people, for having suffered at their hand with such a long suffering that I say to you, you should not longer endure it. Thus, beloved, teachers are required, that these evolutions may ascend and not likewise lose their souls and become a castaway, for want of some who can relight and rekindle the fervor of the heart that has gone out in them, as Mother Mary's report through Raphael has given to you on the 9th of April. This report, beloved, shows that in the astral plane and on earth, souls are in jeopardy of losing their souls and are losing their souls. This due to the fact that they have not seen the darkness and their light is being siphoned from them. Thus you have received a plea from the heart of Mother Mary and Raphael to call for these souls. Thus I make my plea also. They will lose the way, not only in this hour and in this day and age, but they will lose the way if the shepherds are not in physical embodiment to assist them. Beloved ones, as far as divine intercession is concerned, that may come through the call where there is the physical vessel we can use. And I mean not alone the individual, but his surroundings, his environment, and that which he does prepare. And so, beloved, to be in the right situation and the safe situation is what is before you. This is why 2,000 years ago, Jesus did prophesy to Martha the establishment of the inner retreat and that place prepared that is found today near the Yellowstone Park. That is why, beloved, the moving to the mountains and coming apart from those areas of vulnerability does increase survivability, and yet we have not said or decreed that all should do so. But, blessed ones, it is important that a home of light and a place for the preservation of the teachings and the path be sustained, for this in itself does allow the Great White Brotherhood more opportunity for dispensations from the great central sun to assist those who sustain it. May you consider all things and know that your life and life stream is of ultimate value and of ultimate worth to the Lord God, but especially to those souls who have not sufficient light or life in their life streams to save themselves. May you have compassion upon those who are not even where you are on the path, who are the sweet, precious hearts, who are the very children of God, who stand to lose the most in this warfare of the rivalries of the fallen ones. For if they have a war, beloved ones, it is their war of rivalry, of who shall amass territory and wealth and nations, and who amongst them shall control once again the people of a planet. My vision is for the victory, beloved, and my vision for you is that you will find the ingenuity of your souls to mitigate the effects of their conspiracy and to raise up the green shoot of new life on earth. Let the green shoot be the sign of Aquarius, and let the emerald ray and the emerald matrix seal the third eye amongst you. I am Saint Germain, and you will not know until all is said and done on planet Earth just how much you have counted for the light and for the victory. I send you forth, for you alone can pass your tests. You alone must figure out and calculate how you will achieve your victory given the equation of an age. Be it known that I am with you, and when your aura is charged and supercharged with a violet flame, you will easily hear my words of guidance specifically for you individually, and you will know the footsteps of my angels at your side. Heaven is prepared to give to you all of the assistance that the great law will allow, yet heaven does promise you it will never take from you your own challenge to achieve your own victory. Let the can-do spirit and the spirit of ingenuity remain in this race and people, for I stand in the wings, beloved, having played my role on the stage of life, and I am the prompter, and I stand to see what your performance will be. That performance will tell what is the vision and the victory of Aquarius. As I bow before the light within you, so there is strength in the tie of our hearts and its renewal in some who have not seen or known me for hundreds of years since our last service together. Beloved, I receive you now at this altar to receive the transfer of light through my heart from your own I am presence and the central sun, that you might be sealed as the servants of God in their foreheads. I bring you greetings from my beloved Portia, who sends the cord of divine justice, whereby you might be the instruments of that justice and her flame in the earth. In the joy of a victory that is to the strong, I salute you. In the name of cosmic freedom, I am Saint Germain.